Hello and welcome to my home. My name is Lisa and this is Mysterious Mystical Moments. Now, today on Fear Friday, I will be talking about vampires. Now, vampires is a good subject for me because it's always the most romantic story I've ever heard, probably. And you'll think, what? But I think it is the most romantic story ever told because he said he would travel oceans of time to be with his beloved wife. And he loved her so much, and that he had undying love for her no matter what. And her love for him made her actually commit suicide and jump off the castle, went out the castle window into the river down below. Now, now that is a little bit about the story of Dracula and how he was fighting in the war, and the vicious Turks were the ones that he was fighting against, and they had sent a message to his beloved wife and said that he had died. So when he came back, she thought that he was a ghost, and she said she couldn't live without him, and then she ran to the window and jumped out. Now, if you really want to see the true story of Vlad Tepes, or Vlad the Impaler, or Vlad Dracula, or Dracula, there is one that's called The True Story of Vlad Tepes, and it was made in 2000, and it's really good. I have to watch it every year. I usually watch it 2-3 times, maybe sometimes, because I watch it during Halloween and then on Valentine's Day and whenever I want to watch it because it's such a good movie. Vlad Tepes was born in Romania in 1431. Now, he was the son of Vlad II Dracula. Now, Dracula means the dragon, son of the dragon. And, of course, everybody thought he was evil and everything else. And his bloodthirst came when he became ruler. Now, see, he was captured by the Turkish Sultan, him and his brother Radu, and they were forced to be under their servant because of their father. And as they were away in this camp, their father had died, and Radu stayed with the Sultan, and Vlad left and escaped and got away. Now, throughout the years of the fighting and stuff, Vlad, of course, got married and went to the king and got married to his daughter, and he became king of Transylvania, Romania. He is still today considered a king and a god because he was so good to his country and he fought for religion. People may think that he's this evil demon and stuff, but what he did is nothing compared to what the Ottomans and the Turkish people had went and done to the people of the town. Now, of course, throughout his reign as king of Romania, Prince of Darkness, or whatever you want to call him, he did become ruthless sometimes, and if people stole from the poor or anything like that, he would take it out and be vengeful. But supposedly, these people, he drank their blood. He impaled them and then drank their blood. He did impale them. That's how he got the name Vlad the Impaler. He would take his enemies that he had fought, and he would stake them out on the lawn or the grassy knoll or whatever in front of the castle, and he would stick them on the pole while they were still alive and let them die. Now, he would leave them there for warning of anybody who would come and attack the castle. That's what would happen to him, and or his, legacy. Um, so I'm not going to say this is weird. I'm going to say this. Everyone was impaling people back in them days. That's how they scared off their enemies. Now, maybe that's why we make scarecrows to scare off crows, to keep them away from our harvest. That's just my theory, which is kind of strange. I know. Really strange. But Vlad, of course, had a brother named Radu the Handsome, and another brother, which really an older one that died with his father, their father. And then Vlad had a child. Of course, his name was Vlad IV, Dracula, and a girl. It says Minar Selraru. Vlad, of course, like I said, is known as Vlad the Impaler and Vlad Dracula, son of the dragon, and most famously Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Tepes in Romania. He was brutal and sadistic leader, famous for torturing his foes. By some estimating, he is responsible for the deaths of more than 80,000 people. Whoa, that's a lot, in his lifetime. A large percentage of them by impalement. So he impaled almost all of them. 80,000 people he had killed to protect his country and his religion. And then, let's see. Though Vlad is widely credited with bringing order and stability to his country, his rule was undisputably vicious. Dozens of Saxon merchants in Kronstadt, who were once allied with the Boyars, were also impaled in 1459. And he did it because they're the ones who killed his father and his brother, older brother. This is the movie that I watched. I just absolutely love, and let me see if I can find it, what movie it was known as. I think it came out in 2000, but you'd have to look it up on YouTube probably. The ruthless brutality of Vlad III, forged by the 15th century clash between the Kingdom of Hungary and I'm going to say Romania. The fearsome military leader ruled over the historical region and became known for condemning unfortunate victims to death by impaling on poles. He was not very tall, but very stocky and strong, with a cruel and terrible appearance, a long straight nose, and distilled nostrils, a thin and reddish face, in which large, wide open green eyes were framed by bushy black eyebrows, which made them appear threatening. But he is described as the prince of the saviors, more or less. A new research project set out to learn more about the behind the man of this reign of terror. And anyway, after his wife had jumped out the window because she became mentally unstable, he was fighting for God, fighting for the Roman Catholics, or yeah, the Catholics, and they said that she couldn't be buried in a Christian, type faith. So he denounced God because he'd been fighting for all this, their freedom and all of this, and then they went and buried his wife because she had jumped out the window. It was a suicide, so it's against their religion. But he went against God and stuff, and that's where God, anything about God, it makes him cringe, the crosses, or that's how the the Dracula story came about, was the fact that he was there. Now, the part about his allergic to sunlight was true, because he was allergic to sunlight. He was in a castle, confined into a dungeon for years and years and years. So the sunlight, the dungeon was really dark, so the sunlight hurt his eyes really bad. He was very sensitive to the sunlight, and that's where the sun came in as a weapon to kill a vampire. So that was kind of interesting too. Vlad the Impaler, I would definitely watch if you have a chance. Any Dracula story is mostly based on truth. Of course, he didn't turn into this vampire bat. We don't know that. Maybe he did. He didn't suck the blood out of people, and he didn't drink their blood. Supposedly he did drink his victims' blood, but he was not drinking their blood. And like I said, today, if you go to Transylvania or Romania, he is a god there. He is a king that made them safe and well, and he would be revered as a glorious prince, or a king that, helped their country. So that's really interesting. If you found this interesting, and I'm sorry that I'm rambling on, please like and share. Please subscribe and share some kindness and shine your inner light for those in the dark.